cut out for you, or
Yes, it did. It did. It really did. So yeah, we got all sorts of things. All right. So what I'm trying to get at is, you really need to practice everything that you get, because it's really a benefit, in terms of blessings and rewards from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. You understand what I'm saying?
yes,
Okay. So remember, I refer to you as sir, and you refer to me as teacher, right,
yes,
sir?
yes, sir,
Okay. So
or
so yeah.
teacher,
Well,
whichever one you prefer.
okay, very good. The sarcasm, I love it. All right, go ahead and but yeah, it's yes, teacher. Okay, just so we get that out the way. Everybody understands a good part of that importance of getting the wisdom from the Holy Quran. Must be respectful towards the teacher.
Yes,
But the teacher also has to show courtesy and respect to the students. It actually talks about it in the book, which I don't know. I never got a paper from you on that book there, Mr. Naveed.
which
Elite
book?
Stars of Ramadan.
I Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did it. Sammy says you did it. So we're gonna have to. What's that?
We guessing we did.
You guessing? Yep. Thought it was a guessing game. It's all a Mr. Joking guessing game. You know what? We're getting sick and tired of you and your protocols. This whole virus situation. You understand? I mean, first you had the schools closed down, and then you took everybody viral. Subhanallah. We had a kick out of that one. All right, but yeah, so you have to remember this the shadda, and then the fatha, and then the alif saghira is there to stretch the sound. So you can't just say jannatu. All right, and it comes so much. And then the problem is that, it actually it means paradise. Paradises, jannatu. It's a lot of different paradise, like the levels of paradise. Paradise is not just, one flat bed, like the earth, but it's actually different levels of paradise. You understand?
Understood.
Yeah, so and the only thing that I want to really, really, really point out to you is when you come across this word, right now, really make a commitment, or, at least the intention that whenever you come across this word in the Holy Quran, that you want Allah Ta'ala to give you Jannat. That you want to ask Allah Ta'ala for it in the most authentic way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So I'm gonna call
Yes,
you.
teach.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna call. No, I'm gonna call you teacher now. That's what I'm gonna do. You think you got all these
Okay.
tricks up under your sleeve? You think you're smart, but we're gonna get to the bottom of that. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
So is that okay? Is that the last page, or you got more to read on your Nazirat?
This was my last page. Tommy is gonna be on his last page after me.
Okay. All right. So he's done 3 pages so far.
Tommy's on three. This is my fourth.
Okay, that's your fourth. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're done with your fourth, right?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and mark it, and then Sammy, you mark your third. And we're
Yes,
gonna.
teacher.
Good job, Sammy. And then we're gonna work on the next surah. We're gonna work on Surah Adiyat. But so I'm gonna assign you 3 ayahs of Surah Adiyat, and I want for you all to uh, make a serious effort. You have to pick a time to, after you make your salahs, contemplate, on your commitment to the Holy Quran, with your Creator, and only He can, measure your commitment, and only He can, certify your commitment. But you need to do that because it's very serious. Okay. But go ahead and on Surah Adiyat, we're gonna spell read the first 3 ayahs. So everybody, just open to that. And first, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So first we have a waw fatha, right?
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Waw fatha wa. Okay. All right, everybody. Then we have an alif and lam. Alif and lam. So the alif and lam, they have a. Well, the alif is an alif wasl. The alif has a hamzatul wasl, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How about the lam? It has a sukun, yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I want to make sure that we covered the moon and sun letters in this class. Did we cover it or not?
The noon and which letters?
The Shamsiya and Qamariya letters.
No, we didn't go over those.
Okay, we're going to have to go over them because that's really going to help you out. But thus far, we have the Lam Sukun, and then we have the Ain Fatha and the Alif Saghira. Everybody follows?
Yes, teacher.
Good job. Thank you, Mr. Sammy. Then we have the Dal Kasra, correct? Kasra.
Yes,
Okay, Dal Kasra. Good. So from there, we actually have a Ya Fatha and it has an Alif Saghira after it, correct? And then the Ta Kasra. So everybody follows?
Yes, teacher.
All right. So how do you put this together so far? والعاديات والعاديات ضبحا ضبحا
والعاديات ضبحا والعاديات ضبحا
والعاديات ضبحا
والعاديات ضبحا
فالموريات قدحا. So the next, how do we read that? Fa fatha, right? Then we have the alif wasl. Now the alif wasl again is a silent alif. You do understand that theory, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you have the lam sukun, correct?
Yes, lam sukun.
Okay. Then we have a mim.
Mim dhamma.
Correct, mim dhamma. Okay. I'm glad somebody is following along. So then we have the wow, which is stretching it. Correct?
Yes. Well, and then raw kasra.
I'm gonna tell you one more time there, Mr. Naveed. You gotta remember that. Okay, thank you, because I remember at one point you were heading towards the Air Force, and then you bailed out. So I hope that's not a repeat of what's going on over here, Chief. Okay, so let's get back to it, because we're on the second ayah, right?
No, we're on
The third? The second, okay. So falmu, so we gotta stretch that mim dhamma. Falmuri, and then the ra kasra. Falmuri yati. We have to stretch the ya, correct?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
I'm not supposed to be getting upset about this, but I'm telling you, you guys, you guys are pushing your own luck. Okay, all right. So فالموريات, because the ya has a small alif. الموريات. And then you have قضحا, قا فتحة, دال سكون, قد. And then you have the ha, two fathas. Now you know the rule. If you stop on two, you give it a one sound off. If you stop on two fathas, you give it a one sound off. Everything else is a silent sound. Everything else gets a sukun. So it's that simple. All right, so the third ayah is فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ. Repeat. فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ صُبْحًا فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ صُبْحًا والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا. Okay, Mr. Sammy. I'm sorry, your brother. I'm gonna go with that. Okay. والعاديات ضبحا
والعاديات ضبحا
فالموريات قدحا
فال فالموريات قدحا
فالموريات قدحا
فالموريات
Muriyati. It's a ya. We spell read it. Come on. Muriyati.
فالموريات
Muriyati.
قدحا
It's a ya. It's not a hamza. Ya
I
fatha
said
ya.
yeah though Riyadh.
Uh-huh. Your brother. Way to go, Mr. Mr. Sammy, man. He's ready, man. He's ready to lay it down. Good job. Okay. فالموريات قدحا
فالموريات قدحا
فالمغيرات صبحا
فالمغيرات صبحا
فالمغيرات صبحا
فالمغيرات صبحا
Okay. Do you all have something to write with?
Yes. Hold us. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so we're talking about the sun and the moon letters, okay?
Okay. What's the title be?
Sun, moon letters.
Sun, moon, letters. Okay.
All right. Introduction sounds. Introduction sounds.
You got that.
Okay. The sound of the moon letter is a lam sukun. Lam sukun is the sound of the moon letters.
Lam Sukun.
Okay, lam sukun is the sound of the moon letters, while the sun letters are without the sound of lam sukun, but they have a strengthening sound of their own. A strengthening sound of their own. And I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to give you example.
1 second. So the sun letters are without the lam sukun, but
The moon letters have a lam sukun sound.
yes, but has a string.
All right, yeah, but it has a strengthening. The sun letters have a strengthening of the sound of their own. So I'm going to give you examples of both, okay?
Okay.
In this exact line that you took, when you said وَالْعَادِيَاتِ, wal, did you hear the lam sukun sound?
Yes.
What letter came after that?
Wait. What letter? Oh, Ain.
Okay. So since you heard the lam sukun sound, the ain belongs to
The sun? Wait, no, the moon?
the moon because you heard.
The lam sukun.
Right. The lam sukun belongs to the sound of the lam sukun belongs to the moon letters, correct?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Same thing for the meme because when you look at the next ayah, فَالْمُورِيَاتِ, right? So the meme belongs to the moon sounds because you heard the lam sukun.
Oh, okay.
And that's same with the third ayah, right?
Correct. I mean, so this is how you're able to identify the moon letters. So let's try and identify a couple of sun letters, okay?
Okay.
All right. First, in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, we have at least 3 scenarios of sun letters. Do you see that? Okay. So those are sun letters. How do we know that they're sun letters? There's going to be a very simple formula that I'm going to let you write down. But for now, let's say that the lam in Bismillah, the second lam, all right, it's a sound of its own self and it's strengthened. That's why in Allah you have an alif wasl, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And now the next lam, does that have a sukoon on top of it?
The next after Bismillah.
Right when you say Bismillah in the name Allah.
Yes, it has a sukoon. It has a sukoon on top.
What has a sukoon on top of it?
The Allah part.
Okay, you need to understand what a sukoon is. What is a sukoon? Like in the first examples where you actually, said that these letters were moon letters, take a look at that lam. What's on top of that lam is known as a sukoon. Do you see that? It's like a circle, a half circle. Do you see it?
Oh, yes, I see it.
Okay, do you see the same thing on top of the lam in Allah?
No.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about, okay? So the second letter has a shadda on top of it. The second lam, it has a shadda on top of it. Okay?
Yes,
And that's an example of a sun letter. Do you understand?
yes, teacher.
Very good. Now, in Ar-Rahman also, same thing. You have an alif with a hamza wasl on top of it. The lam without anything on top of it. But then the ra has a shadda. In the good, okay, so that tells you that that's a sun letter. Do you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so work on that. Go through the last 2 pages and find all of the sun and moon letters that you. Well, actually, make it 3 pages because there are about 10. There are about 10 scenarios in all total. So go through the last 3 pages, and inshallah, we'll pick it up from here. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.